Welcome to Violin Adventures number 97. We're reaching the 100 mark and thinking about some ideas to make that one special. But let's get right into this episode. We start off with the little ukulele. We're going to take off these clamps and check out our ukulele. And then we'll clean it up and get it varnished. The ukulele is all cleaned up. We've got any glue residue off, and I think everything's looking good. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a nice thin coat of spirit varnish, which is the varnish that was already on here, and just help it perk up a little bit. I've been working on fitting this bridge so that we have good contact. Since the top isn't perfectly flat, it has a little bit of a hump that came through the years. I matched the bridge to that little hump. So now it's time to glue it. Well, here's our little ukulele. All the tools we use to fit the bridge. All right, we're going to take the clamps off. It's been 24 hours. And I think what I'll do is loosen all these carefully. I found this really nice, soft piece of leather at one of the stores that I check out, and it's perfect for putting instruments on so they are safe from scratches. We'll get this tape off and get ready to set it up. I need to find out if these tuners will hold the strings or not, and then we can set this up. Okay, we got our little ukulele strung up, and I forgot to turn on the camera because I was so into it. But it's not in tune right now. But got the bridge height where I want it, and there was just a little buzz on the second string, so I'm doing a little adjustment up here. But I like to watch the instrument for at least a day or two to make sure everything is looking good, and I'll be tuning it up and making sure the tuners are holding. At this point we're using the old tuners, and it seems that they're holding, but I'm going to watch it for a couple days and make sure. I don't know how to play a ukulele, but if I did, I'd play you a little song. Anyway, it's a very lovely little ukulele. I enjoyed working on it. Next is the YouTube Violin. We're going to go ahead and rub this YouTube Violin down. The time that I took it out in the sun really helped it firm up. So I'm going to rub it down first with water and sandpaper and just get any little specks off. Okay, we'll go to one more polish and then we'll let it sit and have a little wooden teacup. It's just perfect for mixing up my final polish. And it's so appropriate being a little wooden teacup. So here we are in the middle of the week. The last 2 days we've had pouring rain, but it stops just enough so that there's no flooding going on, and it's just beautiful out here. The trees are real happy with all this water. And if you look up in the sky, we've got clouds going by. We're supposed to be raining all day, but we've got a beautiful break here. So the reason why I came out is to show you our violin. We've got it all polished. And you can definitely see the color better out here than in the shop. There's the top. And here's our back. It just looks beautiful out here in the sun. So we're going to let this violin take a rest for probably till tomorrow, and then we'll check the varnish and see about setting it up. Next is a viola. I have a very special instrument here. This is a viola. It's not a very big viola. It's just a little over 15 inches. So it's more like 15 3/8. I've been looking for good instruments, and I got this one at an auction. What I see right off, the fingerboard is too low. And it looks like on the back seam must have come apart at some point and then someone glued it. The good thing is that they did not scrape it. It didn't go together exactly, so we have overhang in different parts. So I don't know if I can get that apart, but I'm very glad they did not scrape it down, but left it like it is. That's better to do than to scrape the instrument. The top looks very good. I don't see any cracks in it. So my plan is, in my spare time, we'll go ahead and open up this viola. I'm sure that it needs work on the inside, and we'll try to make it the best that we can. Looks like, for some reason, this was cracked also on the back here on the button. I'll show you. So here on the button, we have one crack across and one crack up. You can see that. So I need to take this off and make sure that that isn't just open seams there. We'll take all of that off. There we go. Whew. There it is. Look at that, the sound post is sitting there. I hope it's not glued. No, it's not. Okay. And well, this is sad. Somebody just used a regular dowel to put the sound post in here. It's just a regular dowel. We can't do that. You've got to use the proper tone wood spruce to make a sound post. So goodbye. Oh, you guys, it's a Strad. They did a nice job making it, but we know for certain it's not a Strad. Number one, it's not old enough. And number two, it was probably made in Germany. And if it's made in Germany, it's not a Strad. Okay, here's the inside of our viola, and it looks like we have another bass bar that is carved out of the top. I'm not for sure, but it sure looks like it's carved out of the top. And so that's another sign it was probably made in Germany. And here on the back, we've got scratch marks here, and that must have been done when they put the back on. It looks like they might have even taken the back off. We'll see if we can get this apart or not and make it go back correctly. And here's our label. We know that was added. People used to do that in order to get more money. Very sad. This is 8:30, almost 9. Lots of rain. It's just about 9 o'clock. Just pouring down rain. I just missed the thunder. There's some lightning. We've got some cows across the street. There they are. Only 2 of them that I can see. There's the thunder. Can you hear it? Back to the YouTube Violin. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up, but I always forget we've got to glue on the fingerboard, and that's going to take some time away. So right now I'm going to take off this protective piece. Okay, we're putting on the fingerboard, and my camera just beeped at me. I thought I had it on and it wasn't on. So anyway, I'm checking the dimensions, double checking here while we put this back on. That one is good. This is good. And then you want to check and make sure the bridge is centered. And that looks real good. And the tricky part is that sometimes when you put your clamps on, it shifts just a little bit. So we gotta make sure it'll stay right there. You're doing it with just teensy movements. If it's off just a hair. Now that'll stay right there. And sometimes when we tighten it, it can cause it to slide, so I'm going to leave it, and we'll check on this in 24 hours. And a new repair coming in the mail. Well, here comes another repair. Very nice old violin. Everything looks good. I don't see any cracks. The case helps with that. And we'll check in the pocket here. We have all the parts. Strings and bridge and tailpiece. So we'll keep them in here, keep them safe. Okay, I'm going to contact the owner and let them know that it arrived safely, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with this instrument. The owner mentioned that this violin belonged to her grandmother. Okay, I'm looking this over. I'm just going to do some measurements and see what this violin needs. The owner of this violin just wants me to make sure it's all correct and everything's working right. So back to the YouTube Violin. The sound holes are now blackened, and we have the peg box blackened. So now we'll let that dry. Okay, this is Friday, the final check on our little ukulele. Okay, it looks like it's holding its pitch for now, so okay, I wish I could play a tune for you, but I can't. But it just sounds really pretty. So, I'll take the tuner off, and our little ukulele is ready to go back to its owner. The Hebrew Minute. Ki im batorat Hashem hefso, uvatorato yege yomam v'layla. But his delight or desire is in the law of the Lord, or in the instruction of the Lord, and in the law of the Lord he meditates day and night. Thank you so much to all of you who are sending in the verses you want read in Hebrew. We're going straight through the list, so if you have any more verses, please send them in. Well, it's the end of the week. Our grass is freshly mowed and the sun is shining. And up above we got a lot of clouds because we're having a lot of rain, but thank the Lord, no flooding. Let's go inside and see what is going on. Well, our beautiful little ukulele is all finished. And over here we have the makings of a new violin, and nothing was done on it this week, you guys. It's still sitting there. Over here is our Viola, and he's going to sit there for a little bit probably while we get started on another repair. Here's a newcomer to our shop. This is a beautiful old violin. And this violin has a few issues in the neck. We need to look at the neck here. The fingerboard is too low, the setup is too low. There's problems in the neck, so we'll be working on that. We'll also be working on the sound. So hopefully at the beginning of next week we'll set this up, see how it sounds, and see what we need to do with it. Over here is our YouTube Violin. As you can see, we're starting to get it set up. But today it is so humid. We're in the 72% humidity. So I'm going to wait on setting this up. And over here we have our miniature studios and our miniature workshops. Just waiting for someone to pick them up. Here's a little look at our creek. We had lots and lots of rain, but as far as I know, it never overflowed. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much for watching and for all your wonderful comments in the comment section. I enjoy talking to you all. Thank you to the new subscribers. And thank you for your thumbs up. And until next time, God bless you. Bye.